Traders, non-traders, welcome. If you're new to the channel, thank you for popping in. This is going to be a little bit different. I used to do a lot of back testing, but I'm just going to go through a strategy that I've got on the 1 hour, and it's a new test on the Euro US dollar. I'll bring the stats up, but it's essentially like a breakout from consolidation, and I'll also do reversals, but I'll go into a bit of detail. It's different than what you see me trading on the videos. Now I'll start the test. We'll pause it and view stats. All right, so it's only been 3 months or so. Now you got to remember it is the 1 hour. So I'll be going. I normally on a 4 hour I'll go to 10 years. So it's 4 candles to one 4 hour candle. So I might go 2 to 3 years and see what's going on with the Euro US dollar here. So as you can see, it is interesting. So profit per month. Let's get this out of the way. All right, so return factor, profit factor, next drawdown, trades per day, total trades in that time. So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to push that aside now, and what I'll do, I'll just go for about 5 minutes or so. I'll show you what I use to work out my lot allocation, and I'm only risking 2% per trade as well. You know what, guys, I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. I do a lot of this, not on the 1 hour. This is a new project. I'm sort of doing some intraday stuff just to see what it's like. To be honest, I'm always tinkering. I'm always sort of wanting to learn new things. Not video recordings. Walt Peters material. Alright, I should have probably had this prepared. I do apologize. And I can send this through if you'd like as well. I do Skype goals. It's more accountability. I'm not saying I'm a profitable trader, but I do feel like I do grasp concepts really well. I'm very conservative, and I enjoy talking trading. But if you send me your rules, we can have Skype calls. We can discuss systems. I'm a trend trader type individual, so that's what I do. All right, so we've got you elect sell trade or buy trade. Okay, entry price, stop loss, price per pip. Normally that's $1. So that's what we're going off. All right, so I'll move that across here. All right, and we're going 2% risk. I mean, this will be the upper limit. If I had a big account, I would probably actually do 1% to keep me a little more flexible. Because I wouldn't really want $2,000 on a position. I understand, like, you shouldn't think about the money, but I know institutional traders, and they're even 0.5% of position, so they're very adaptable to what happens, and they're not too over leveraged. All right, so what are we doing here? Okay, so what I'll do immediately, Control Z goes in, and then Control X zooms out to the next highest time frame. So we'll go the 4 hour. So there is no real trend presenting. This is probably a buy trade. I mean, there is a little bit of recent resistance here on the hourly, pretty much where we're trading at. Oh, maybe just above. So I will look for a buy trade. Now, how I determine the support and resistance is I'll go to the 4 hour. When I'm trading the 4 hour, I'll actually use the weekly. But let's see what it looks like from a 4 hour perspective, and then we'll zoom out. All right, so I've actually used the weekly, and as you can see, it really does. I really look for some key contact points, and as you can see, this 94 was very significant. This is just a top here at 95, 75, and I will actually draw in down here. This is support at 87. This is just a floor currently from the test data that I've accumulated. So now let's just add a few things in here. If you want a link to purchase Forex Tester 3 as well, there is a link in the description section. It's just a one-off payment. There's no monthly. I believe if you want to trade the 1 minute stuff, that's obviously more data intensive. You do pay a monthly fee. I don't do that though, so I can't really comment on how much it is, but it's not a lot. Really valuable to honestly to preserve capital. I mean, will it make you money in the markets? Well, I mean, it probably will, and it'll help you immensely to not lose money. And losing money in the markets is extremely easy, especially with the turbulence we've seen on Thursday and Friday as well, where it's quite interesting. All right, so I'll draw that in there. I look for a few touches, so that's 1, 2, 3. So we'll go there as well. And I look for at least 200 pips difference. So a pip is just the most minimal volume unit of change that the pair can make, the currency pair can make. That's just a unit of measure to dictate change in the price of the currency. So that's enough there. So I'm not going to draw this one in here. This is just a bit of noise. Okay, so you can just see there's one movement, but it's just, I'm going to disregard that. Okay, it's not an exact science. That's one thing I need to clarify. It's not an exact science. All right, so it's actually right up against that there. So we'll go back down to the 1 hour. So what I'll do is I'll wait for this to pop through. There's two things you can think of here. It's gone through. It is a zone though, so it's not an exact point. It could sort of pierce through here and then back down again. But I'm actually going to end it just for the purpose to show you, how I conduct myself. Right. So we're doing a buy stop. We'll go 5 pips above the close there, or the high. Sorry, I think it's the close that actually measures it off. So, and 94. We'll do a trailing stop here. So this is a 1R. So risk to reward. So that means it will move the stop loss to break even once this price gets to 94 pips in my favor. So it's risk off. That's how I like to operate. And then from there I can expand my horizons. Normally I'm only going to have 4% max on the table of risk, and that's with the small account. That's aggressive for me. All right, so we've got our settings in place. Now we'll go across here. Again, I continue this Excel spreadsheet. I want to cooperate. What are you doing to me? All right, so you're just entering your details in: entry price, stop loss, price per pip. And there is a video in the description showing you how to get all this set up as well. So that is in the description section. All right, so we've got 0.8968. And the stop is at 88.74. Yes, I do use stops as well. So I definitely use stops. So I have the account sizing correct. That's all right. It'll just be a minor change. 236.49. So it's okay. So to buy, right. So we're into the trade, and so we're clicked in. Now, in regards to if it doesn't click me in for the next 2 candles, I'll actually close the trade now. So I will. That's just how I operate, because it's sort of telling me that price isn't that interested, and I'm not just going to leave a pending order open. I'm not going to do that. All right. So stop is down here. Okay. All right. So there's the stop now. Now what I will do is close whatever's first. Close the price if it crosses the 20-day moving average. That's 20-day moving average. I'll just double check. It is. Or if it hits the trailing exit. Alright, so I'm going to close that out there. And account history, double click. Now this saves to a folder that I've got designated, and then at the end of the week I can go through it. And you want to accumulate a few trades, like 50 or so, and then really just suss out, what's going on, are you sticking to your rules, etc. And I'll save that. So guys, that is the system. It's gone a bit longer than I thought. But again, if you want to reach out to me, my Skype is Scotty12431. The email address is in the link, obviously, scott.andrews275@gmail.com. Scotty's Trading on Instagram and Twitter. I share with Connor, a fellow trader from Tasmania. We do the podcast, obviously, every week, Trade Talk, Pippin and Easy. And when we trade talk Pippin ain't easy, it's a bit tongue in cheek, so we try and keep things not too serious. Okay, so that's why we call it that. That is the Twitter, so it's at Trade Talk Pippin. And I do a lot of stuff on Twitter, so there's a lot, especially during the week. I can't just make a video, like obviously I work a full-time job. So if I am out, I can't really make a video. It's difficult. So because I work at the airport, it's extremely noisy. So I will just post a screenshot, explain my entries and things like that, and you can follow me. I'm not doing signals. I'm just I really would like to hear from fellow trend traders and to see how their year is going so far. I'm legitimately flat. It's negative 2% on the AxiTrader account because it's a small account and I used 0.01 lots, but the pound yen sell trade that I did was quite a wide stop. It was like 180 pips. So I took 3%. So that was, so I'm down 2%. But anyway, other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.